Hey, hi, hello. Today we're going to be doing something that's a little bit out of what I typically do, and we're going to be discussing banned books. This is for a homework assignment, but I'm not too far off from what we've been discussing. We'll be discussing some books that I've read and purely recommend, and some books that I haven't read, as well as considering reading. If you want to see any of the books that I haven't read in a reading vlog, let me know, and I will gladly discuss them. The biggest inspiration why I chose to discuss banning books was from a fellow YouTuber, Rachel Doyle, better known as Reads with Rachel on YouTube, as they discuss various books being challenged and ultimately banned on their channel consistently. All their videos, amongst other resources that I've found, will be linked in the description box below. Doyle has also consistently shared screenshots from various individuals associated with organizations like Moms for Liberty as a huge example across many of their videos. Reading manga, full-length novels, graphic novels, and novellas specifically from queer authors, disabled authors, and people of color are a form of freedom of speech within literacy and are the most affected from readers due to various challenges and bans. I wasn't able to find any books that were banned from Connecticut libraries and schools specifically, but censoring any books ever mentioned in the has been noted, as you'll see. I've both read and are currently interested reading later in the video. I'm in the stand that students, with the encouragement from their parents, if they let them choose the books, should be allowed to read whatever books that they'd like to read without other parents taking their freedom of choice away. This, and by extension other adults calling people groomers amongst other names for disagreeing with them, agreeing with the books that they're challenging to get banned, shouldn't be tolerated, in my personal opinion, especially if the individual doesn't live in the child's county, causing the challenge to ultimately happen in the first place. All of this being said, literacy is a huge aspect of both our education and freedom of speech here in the United States, as previously mentioned. As an avid reader myself, two of these books that I've read had ultimately gone banned had shocked me personally, when I found out on both TikTok, on the Panned America list specifically, especially since these both were personal favorites of mine. Students should be further encouraged to read all these books in challenges like a summer bingo challenge through their local libraries, and should be discussing them without fear from administrators, family, and friends. Challenging those books because they have pornography, as they allegedly claim, when the books might not have such content in them if they're books that are from queer authors, disabled authors, and authors of color. Again, I wasn't able to find any books that were ultimately banned in both libraries and classrooms from administrators here in Connecticut, but I'm open to hearing some if you live in the state. The definition of what banned book is: when a book that has been removed from a library, school, or bookstore due to objections to it towards the book's content, ideas and or themes restricting access for others. This is a form of censorship that is distinct from a book challenge, which is the attempt to remove the material, whereas the ban is the actual removal itself. As a general rule of caution, if I'm not looking at you, I'm looking at my computer with all the information that I've accumulated, just as an FYI, for both this and the books that I haven't read yet. And this is all information that I've accumulated from the government sheet, which will all be linked below. And again, I would like to thank Rachel for just inspiring the video as a whole. But the first book that I've read and recommend is Check Please Volume 1 #Hockey. This was banned based on queer relations from both libraries and schools from administrations between January 2022 through March 2022 in Forsyth County Schools in Georgia and Prosper Independent School District in Texas. The Midnight Lie by Marie Rutkowski, Book 1 of the Forgotten Gods duology. This was banned for queer relations, abuse from parental figures, amongst various others. It was pending investigation from administrations in January 2022 in the Kent School District in Washington. Eleanor Park by Rainbow Rowell. It was banned from libraries and classrooms via the administrators from November 2021 through March 2022 for racism, amongst other things, like within Indian River County District in Florida and Fredericksburg Independent School District in Texas. Genderqueer by Maya Kobabe. This was banned from libraries and classrooms pending investigations from formal challenges and administrators in Alaska, Florida, Illinois, Iowa, Kansas, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Texas, Utah, Virginia, Washington, for discussing gender euphoria kinks, amongst others. The Hunger Games in many schools, discussions of rebellions, I'm assuming political and sexual content. Fade by Alice McMahon, which is book 2 of the Wake trilogy. This was banned from libraries and classrooms in Fredericksburg Independent School District in Texas in March of 2022 for, I'm guessing, anti-family topics and queer relations. Looking for Alaska by John Green, banned from schools and libraries via investigations through administrations in Indian River County District from Florida, Yorktown Central School District in New York, Bristol Public Schools in Oklahoma, Fredericksburg Independent School District in Texas, Klein Independent School District in Texas, and Granbury Independent School District also in Texas. The Absolute True Diary of a Part-Time Indian by Sherman Alexie. It was formally challenged from administrators for anti-family beliefs, racism, strong language, sexual references, alcohol, poverty, gambling, and drugs. The Fredericksburg Independent School District in Texas, Indian River County, Florida, Goddard Public School District in Kansas, Derby Public School District in Kansas, Forsyth County Schools in Georgia, and Bristow Public School District, Oklahoma. Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. This was banned pending investigation from administrators for discussing queer relations and identities, amongst others. The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo. This was banned from the administration for queer relations, religious trauma, and teenage rebellion from Indian River County, Florida, Marlboro Central School District in New York, Fredericksburg Independent School District, Texas, and DuQuoin County, Virginia, from October 2021 through March 2022. Clopwood New Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. This was banned from public and private schools classrooms from administrators in September 2021 in Central York District, Pennsylvania, for discussions of sexual assault and queer relations. The Black Flamingo by DData. This was banned pending investigation from administrators in Indian River County School District, Florida, and Northeast District, Texas, for discussions of queer identity. "1984" by George Orwell was banned for social/political themes, sexual content, misinformation, and violence. The places I don't know. Oh, this was not on that list. This was banned in libraries and classrooms in Edmond Public Schools in Oklahoma from administrators in October 2021. The Bluest Eye was banned for racism, amongst other things. Pending investigations at libraries and classrooms from formal challenges and administrators beginning from fall 2021 through March 2022 in Georgia, Florida, Kansas, Missouri, New York, Oklahoma, Texas, and Utah. This was banned for queer relations, amongst others, pending investigations and from libraries through administrations in what town? Not town, state. In the Northeast District of Texas in December 2021 from administrators. This was banned for racism, amongst other discussions, in libraries and classrooms from administrators from September and November of 2021 in Indian River County District, Florida, and Central York District, Pennsylvania. I'm guessing this has to do with gang violence. And that discussion, but it was banned in classrooms as well as pending investigation from fall 2021 through administrators in Northeast District School District, Texas, and Central York School District in Pennsylvania. Wicked was banned for its mature and graphic content, the sexual content, complexity and subject matter, misleading cover, and description of violence.